Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome back to our channel once again. And it is my hope and prayer that the video is going to find you guys in good health. Personally, I am fine, as you can see. Kisumu is fantastic, and maybe you could also let me know where you are watching the video from, the county or the country, in case you are out of the republic. And for this particular video, let me know the name of the specific constituency you are watching us from. Ladies and gentlemen, there is something I have consistently reminded you about on this platform. That in politics, we have only two constants: the interest and the betrayal. And that as long as the interest of politicians can converge, they will always work together. William Ruto has appointed Professor Makau Mutua as his senior advisor on constitutional affairs. Makau Mutua will be based at State House. That appointment by the president is significant, politically speaking. Let me just read for you what President Ruto posted about the appointment. I have appointed Professor Makau Mutua as senior advisor of constitutional affairs in the executive office of the president. Professor Mutua brings a wealth of experience in legal, constitutional, and human rights matters. Congratulations, Professor Mutua. I welcome you to join a dynamic team of public servants in the implementation of our bottom-up economic transformation agenda. This is Mutua's response. I am grateful to His Excellency President William Ruto for appointing me senior advisor on constitutional affairs in the executive office of the president. Our constitution is the beating heart of the republic. Mr. President, I promise to serve you and our fellow citizens with diligence, honor, and distinctions. Remember, Professor Makau Mutua never recognized the presidency of Uhuru Kenyatta. He used to call President Kenyatta Mr. Kenyatta. Ladies and gentlemen, I want us to analyze this appointment, because for me, this appointment is a big shift as far as 2027 politics is concerned. But allow me to also take this opportunity to inform our subscribers that Kasipul MP Omondi has been shot dead in Nairobi. That is the news. And if a member of parliament can be just shot casually in the streets of Nairobi like that, what about an ordinary Kenyan? I know there are a lot of stories around Omondi and the violence in Kasipul, but that's not our problem. Our problem is security. Ladies and gentlemen, I want us to talk about this appointment of Makau Mutua, because at some point, Professor Makau Mutua made it very clear, I'm just trying to get it, that he can never work for William Ruto. I'm just trying to get that article, which he penned in one of the dailies. Let me just see if I can get it. Now, there is this article, which he penned some times back. Somebody think I can work for Ruto, excuse me while I laugh. He made it very clear that he can never work for William Ruto. The truth is, politics is about interest. And that is what I want us to analyze in this video. Why William Ruto decided to appoint Professor Makau Mutua as his legal advisor. Of course, Professor Makau Mutua is not the first ally of Raila Odinga to be appointed by the president. William Ruto has previously appointed Professor Adam Solo, Joe Ager, Dr. Sylvester Kasuku. Those were some of Raila Odinga's think tanks. So this appointment is significant. Why do you think William Ruto decided to appoint Professor Makau Mutua? Number one, in my view, it's part of William Ruto's strategy to tame Raila Odinga in his government. You see, the truth of the matter is that in ODM party, camps have emerged. There is one camp which believes that Raila should not work with William Ruto. Then there's another camp which believe Raila Odinga should work with William Ruto in 2027. For William Ruto to be re-elected in 2027, he must win the support of Raila Odinga. But Raila Odinga has been showing signs of, instability. Not so sure whether to stick with Ruto or not. So by picking his allies to his government, what is William Ruto doing? He's luring Raila Odinga to remain. Because I'm sure you have Joho on the other side. You have Oparanya. You have Mbade. You have Wandai. You have Askul. You have Adam Solo. You have Makau Mutua. You have Kasuku. Several others in government. How would you convince them to leave the government? Instead, they will persuade Raila Odinga to remain. They'll make Raila Odinga feel comfortable with William Ruto, especially in government. So that is William Ruto's first strategy. Number two, I also tend to think that when William Ruto entered into the broad-based government deal with Raila Odinga placed some demands on the table. Power sharing. I'm going to get this, I'm going to get this, I'm going to get this. So this appointment is just part of the fulfillment of those demands. Because I'm 100% sure that there is no way Raila Odinga can agree to support Ruto if he's not controlling some element of constitutional issues. Currently, there's the debate about devolution. And in my view, that is why that appointment has been made. To serve Raila Odinga's interest as far as the devolution debate is concerned. Number three, maybe William Ruto is also keen on tapping on ODM experts. The truth is, if you are to look at the CV of Professor Makau Mutua, he's highly qualified. That's a fact. William Ruto probably looked around his team. He didn't find equal. Because remember, when William Ruto took over, his appointments were like questionable. So he appointed the experts. So far, the experts have stabilized the government. Things are moving. Now he has brought on board Professor Makau Mutua, a human rights activist, a distinguished professor of law. Yeah, who has international networks. Maybe because of that. So let us wait and see. But importantly, I think William Ruto is already crafting his 2027 campaign team. Otherwise, why would William Ruto pick only those who served in Raila Odinga's campaign secretariat? Professor Adam Solo was Raila Odinga campaign head of the secretariat, I think, or something like that. We have Kasuku. Mutua was always with Raila Odinga during the campaigns, a strategist. Why would he pick that team? I'm convinced these people will be sitting at the office of the president, not to deal with the issues of economy the way, for example, the appointment of Adam Solo as economic advisor, the appointment of Mutua as constitutional affairs. These guys will be sitting there to craft campaign strategy for the president. Ruto is already campaigning, and Mutua is joining that part of the campaign team. And lastly, about Kamba politics. You see, there's a way Raila Odinga has always used Makau Mutua to manage Kalonzo. When Kalonzo started making noise about the deal, the NASA agreement, it is Makau Mutua who came out and released it, for those who follow politics closely that time. When Raila Odinga was signing this other agreement, it was Makau Mutua. And Makau Mutua has never had kind words towards Kalonzo. Very soon you'll see Ngilu being appointed. Because the truth is, Kambas are gone. So Ruto is actually killing two birds with one stone. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what you think. That's my take. Until next time, this is Lee Makwiny. Bye-bye.